We're live.
What's up, man? What is going on, Michael? What's going on, Jet Universe? Welcome to this post-Jet W version of the Ain't Easy Being Green podcast, broadcasting to you live from the car as me and Sammy drive home from this Met game right now. What's up? What is up, bro? Look, guys, Sammy's feeling good right now. We lost his voice at this game and also screaming at his high school football game the other night. My voice is a little shot as well, so forgive me. Had to scream at the field. Had to scream in joy. We had to scream at the Dolphin fans. Put them in their place, Mike. Try to come in our stadium and scream and say, let's go defense on certain drives. I mean, look, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at fans for coming on the road and cheering. It's fine. Just be respectful. And especially if you're gonna rock orange and teal, if you're gonna walk around looking like a fool, be respectful. You know what I'm saying? But Michael, we're joking, we're jesting, but what a great game. What a great game for the Jets, man. What a great fourth quarter. Another great fourth quarter for the Jets. Sorry, guys. 21 unanswered points, Mike.
Yep.
By the offense. Mike, that game with about 13 minutes left, it seemed like, to me, the momentum was kind of shifting in the favor of the Dolphins there. And they get the ball. They go down the field. They get in field goal range. They miss that 52-yard field goal. If they make that, it's 2019. And it would have been a kind of a different game there. The momentum would have felt like it was kind of on the side of the Dolphins, I think. They played pretty good that third quarter. They missed the field goal.
Yep.
Right? Jets score a touchdown. Fumble recovery. Score a touchdown. Stop them on downs. Score a touchdown. 40 points dropped for the first time since 2018. Mike, it's been a hot minute for the Indianapolis Colts. 197 yards when the smoke clears by Breece Hall. Is Breece Hall kidding me right now? Michael, is he kidding me right now? I'm sorry. This is why I have no voice. It's because of Breece Hall. Out of the backfield, catching passes going down the sideline. Out of the, Michael, at the goal line, he has a nose for that goal line too. You can see.
He does.
He
does.
I mean, I don't mean to keep going on, Mike. I'm going to let you and Sammy talk. I'm just so hyped right now after the game, the way they played, the way they just showed up and spanked this team like they should with a scrub like they had in there at quarterback. They did what they had to do. 40 points on the day, Mike. Big W. Jets are 3-2.
Jets are 3-2. I mean, and I'm sure you lost your voice on that very first play when they blitzed Sauce Gardner and he takes Teddy Bridgewater out.
Woo!
And the dude's, put him in the hospital. I mean, I don't know. I hope he didn't go to the hospital. I hope he's okay. I think it's the concussion protocol. But, he just smacked him. Safety, immediate, lay in the wood, right? This is Sauce Gardner, our starting rookie cornerback, setting the tone straight off the bat. And I thought right after when he put a safety up, and I've seen enough Jet games to know, like, we're taking this W. I already knew it. I felt it. And then the team immediately, you could see that Zach was already had some good camaraderie with his receivers. I was very surprised with Zach as far as his poise and how solid he was.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying, don't try to be Superman. Don't force plays. He didn't do that at all. He just let the defense give him whatever. He wasn't trying to throw 4,000 or 5,000 touchdowns. He just wants to win. And I really like that. But I thought that, setting the tone early, then the scrub gets in. And obviously the Jets should have blew this team out, and they did blow them out, but it was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. Some of the notes I took really was I feel like the Jets is the second time or third time that the Jets played strong in the fourth quarter. That's a trend that we're starting to see. You saw it in the Browns game.
Yeah.
They were able to come back. Everyone called it a miracle. Then you saw Zach lead a win last week, right, in Pittsburgh, which was a raucous crowd, and we were all proud of him. And then this game, they were up, but they just annihilated them in that fourth quarter. And that, to me, we want to hit Saleh for coaching. I gotta give him credit for this because that's a culture, right. So I'm noticing that. Also, another thing that I've noticed, no turnovers for Wilson. That's 6 out of his last 7 games. He has not turned the ball over.
Yes.
That's important. That's really important, Jet fans.
Absolutely, man.
Love
and
that.
you know what? Such a good point you made there with Zach is that no turnovers. I think he was 14 for 21 on the day, right?
Yep.
Pretty consistent with the ball. I thought he made a lot of good decisions with the ball. I didn't see too many passes that we all, shake our head at with Zach. Orchestrated the drives the way he needed to, Mike, right? His quarterback rating was a 99. So did exactly what we wanted him to do. And we have kind of gotten on Salah here for not making adjustments, Mike. It seemed like that was something that was fairly common year one. Seemed like those first couple games, a similar situation was going on there. But the past 2 games, I mean, they've actually turned it up in the second half. And, man, how excited are we about these rookies right now? Like, I know Garrett Wilson hasn't had the craziest games the last 2 games, but guess who has? Breece Hall, Mike, who just seems like he's a revelation right now, this kid. He's as good as we thought he was going to be. Carter got those 2 touchdowns there, and I like that they're using Carter also, but you see a difference with Hall and Carter when they have the ball in their hands. Carter has to make a lot of guys miss to make something happen because people are on in pretty quick. Breece Hall hits the hole, and he's already 2 or 3 yards in by the time he hits the hole, Mike. He's
no, but what's
go ahead.
But what's crazy to me, Keith, is that it's beyond. It's just beyond that. He's a running back. He's a receiver, also 190.
Yes.
You know what he reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of Christian McCaffrey, or what Christian McCaffrey it was when he was at his height. Because Christian would anytime you would see Christian McCaffrey's numbers, why he was number 1 in fantasy was because you would see 89 yards rushing, 132 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, right? Like that would usually be his. And I'm looking at Breece right now, 18 carries, 97 yards, 5.4 per clip, okay, which is really good on average, and a T. And then he caught 2 receptions for 100 yards. I'm really starting to think like this kid, I think he just put the NFL on notice. Like, yo, I'm here. Sammy, what did you think about that wheel route? What did you think about when he caught that for 50 something?
He's like, when he's in space, his ability to make guys miss, and then his strength and sort of determination to get the ball into the end zone. Last week we were talking about the physicality of Wilson. Breece Hall brings like a different level of physicality. You saw a lot of that today, and I'm so happy they finally committed to the run. They ran it 33 times.
I know.
Yeah,
33.
Only 21 passes for Zach.
And wait, so you guys were talking about Zach. Did you hear what he said in the post game where they were like, Zach, how do you feel about like 2 dubs in a row? And he was like, well, winning's expected. So he goes, we're just going to keep getting better. We played, well, but winning something that's expected. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, bro, that was a good. I was listening to that with Sammy too. I thought that was a good answer by Zach. Mike, he basically said, I don't know if you were listening to that. He didn't get too, over his skis there with the W. He was like, yeah, we're supposed to win. That's what we're supposed to do, right? And the guy was like, the guy interviewed, I forget who it was. I think it might have been with Shoes, but he was like, oh yeah, all right, cool. Yeah. And that's what I'm excited about. Like, Zach Wilson this year, Michael, is 2-0 right now.
Right.
Zach Wilson's 2-0, guys. I know Flacco had a couple L's there. Right now, riding with Zach, 2 wins, 0 losses. 2 fourth quarters in a row. One of them, 14 points unanswered. The next one, 21 points unanswered. That's 35 straight points in the fourth quarter with no other points for their team. I mean, I don't know. They're, like you said, it's becoming a trend here, Mike, in the fourth quarter. They seem like they're kind of figuring it out. And Breece Hall in this running game today is kind of what they relied on. 5 rushing touchdowns by the Jets today. 2 for Michael Carter, 1 for Breece Hall, 1 for Barrios on a tremendous play call, and then another touchdown, as we know, for Zach Wilson rushing. So, I don't know, man. I like what they did today, Mike. I know some of the play calling we weren't excited with in the first half. I know defensively, Mike, there's some stuff you weren't excited about also.
No, I was really, the reason why I'm not like over the moon about this is because there was a 3rd string 7th round pick scrub at quarterback, and they had a jabron left tackle, okay, because Armstead went out because of his toe, right? You didn't have any Xavier Howard, okay?
True.
Why is this team scoring with scrubs like Mostert, who had like 117 yards by the third quarter.
Yeah.
And they just kept running sweeps to the right and gashing this defense.
Yeah, it was mostly
my,
Mostert. Yeah, it was mostly Raheem Mostert did most of the damage for them, right, Mike? It just seemed
yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
And you were right. It seemed like they were running similar play concepts and similar runs. They were working. And why, if you're the Dolphins, you're not going to have to, if it's working, why change it until the Jets adjust? Didn't seem like until the middle of that third quarter, beginning of the fourth, and then obviously the end of the fourth, it took them a little while to figure that all out, Mike.
Yeah, so they didn't really get it all sorted out until the fourth quarter there. But I was just annoyed that the defensive coordinator didn't do what he was supposed to do and really attack this quarterback the way he should have. And I thought that he should have been playing zero blitz, pinning his ears back, getting his guys after the quarterback more, and they didn't do that. So that was the one part that to me really bothered me about what they did today.
So Mike, just quick, because but like his philosophy is just not to do that. You know what I mean? He might just be like, you know what, we'll keep 8 guys in the box, we'll just play soft zone, and we'll give them like 6 yards a chunk, and we'll just play bend don't break, because we're doing well offensively, we're controlling the football, and they can't throw. And even when they got kind of close, they were never able to seal the deal on us. So I don't know. That just to kind of.
Yeah, Mike, I think it also might be, like Sammy was saying, a facet of there's like 2 ways that you see, and we just stopped here, Michael, so I can do this a little more safely, AEBG universe. There's 2 ways you see these kind of defensive coaches go about attacking a quarterback, for instance, that has no experience like him, or a rookie quarterback, or someone that maybe you don't think is has the skills yet, which this guy doesn't because he hasn't played much. It's either attack him like you said, Mike, or do what Sammy just said and try to make him beat you. So I'm like, all right, well, if they're going to sit back and try to make this guy beat them and just kind of play zone and leave these big open gaps in the run game, what are we doing? Because even though the guy wasn't doing much, they were moving the ball down the field still. So they didn't adjust to the run, and they didn't have to worry too much about the pass with this guy. I don't know. I mean, I thought as the game went on, Mike, they made some decent adjustments on defense, but there's improvement. There's places you see, Mike, that we can improve still. And there's places you see that we are maybe surprisingly even better than we thought. Coming into the game, we were 10th ranked offense in the league here, Mike. We were number 4 in passing game. Today, I think Zach only had about 220 yards or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, Mike. 210 yet? 210 for Zach today. But in the run game, they murdered.
210. Yeah, 210 average was 10 yards per throw, which is, again, pretty good.
And 14 for 21, man. I'll take 66% all day from Zach. So I'll take that 9 QB rating, like I said earlier. So I don't know, man. I'm stoked. I'm happy with the team. I'm happy the fans got to leave the stadium today with a W and be super hyped, Mike. There's a lot of Dolphins fans there today. Like there always is when you play these divisional teams. I think when we play the Dolphins or the Bills or the Pats, it's probably when the most fans of another team are in the crowd. Maybe the Cowboys, the Steelers too, for out of division teams. But a lot of Dolphins fans there today, Mike. But not a lot to say on the way out. Not a lot to say.
They had nothing to say, and they've been talking so much trash, ever since that whole Tyreek Hill incident, and they just been over the moon when they forget what they did to Tua when they tried to get Tom Brady. They forget how they fired their head coach and had all that drama up there, and they act like their team is something when all y'all did is just overpay a 28-year-old dude who abuses women. Right? No offense. He did. Okay. And it is what it is. It's the truth. And he's now in the NFL, and you guys think he's some superstar, and he is very, very good, but he didn't do anything today that was really special. And you're paying him all that money. He's the highest rated, so you either go to the Super Bowl or you just blew your load. No offense.
Yeah.
So
No, I got you, bro. I got you, man. We'll be back Wednesday night live with the three of us and the Wookiee in the building, Michael. We just had to talk about it a little bit, man. A lot of fun today out at the stadium, Mike. Happy to get a division win. When's the last time we had a division win, Mike? Hasn't it been more than a couple of years?
The Bills. It was the Bills with Sam Darnold when Josh Allen wasn't playing, and it was just some bogus win.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing I really
that was the last game of the season, I think, 2019, I think. Maybe the last game of the year. I think you're right.
Yep. And one thing I wanted to say, Keith, how about Dwayne Brown? He could have got surgery, could have been out for the year, said he didn't want to, waited on the IR, came back, played every play, was going down. I saw some runs where Breece Hall was running, dudes running downfield, just trucking cats. I mean, Dwayne Brown, awesome. AVT, the offensive line. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to tip our hats, man. I mean, Zach had some pressure on him here and there today, but all in all, I thought they did pretty good. Obviously, they ran the ball well, too. So, AVT moving to right tackle. I mean, hats off to this kid. Dwayne Brown gutting it out and not being a jabroni and taking the money because you're a baller, man. Hats off to you. I thought Tomlinson on some plays. Sammy noticed today some plays he didn't play that well. I'm interested to see what his PFF is, Mike, on Tomlinson. But all in all, I thought the line played pretty good. And I'm excited, man. Green Bay next week, Mike. I know you don't feel like that's going to be a W for obvious reasons. They got upset today by the Giants.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Rodgers. That defense is really good. Kudos to the G-men for getting a win today versus them. But when you go to London, those games are weird, man. It's kind of like all bets are off in London.
Yeah.
Some of those games don't make any sense. So that's kind of an anomaly. I expect us to get the normal Packers next week, full force, trying to take us out also. That's going to be a tough one. But
before you
we'll
leave,
talk about it Wednesday night.
Before you leave, guys, before you guys leave, hey,
to Quan Alexander today, who played fantastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, Giants got the W, Jets got the W, Mets, you're up.
You're up next, Mets. You're up next, Mets. Tonight at 7:00, an hour and 20 minutes. That game starts, Michael.
You're up next.
I know I think the super mega Met fan chat that we're part of, that's going to be lit up tonight. People are going to be hyped. And I think I feel good about that game, too. I don't want to jinx my Mets, but I feel good about it, man. They've been getting guys on base. They've been looking good against the Padres. They have a good pitcher going tonight, too. But I feel good about it, Mike. And I think, hey, if they do win and they do go on to play the Dodgers, then ABG fans might get a little surprise podcast from us and Matt O'Leary. Might do a little Mets podcast. Just drop that in the world,
All right,
Mike, you excited about that?
Yes, of course. All
right, dude. How about Wednesday night? We get back together again. We do this and we add the Wookiee to the mix and we break this game down a little further. We do a little game review. How's that sound?
That sounds like a plan, brother. We'll see. We'll be back on Wednesday night, normal time, 9 Eastern, and ready to rock.
All right, cool, brother. Talk to you.
All right, man.
Later, guys.